Hello friends, this is Jane, Cascading Wood Designs. I am here to do another mosaic tutorial. About 6 weeks ago I did one showing my grout process for doing a switch plate, and I thought it would be nice after all the wonderful feedback I got that people wanted to see more of my process, that I would have you kind of get a glimpse of actually laying down the tesserae of glass and what a project is encompassing in terms of its process. So today I am working on electrical switch plate. I've already started, and this is what I start with. It is a basic solid wood birch plate. It's got metal on the back, so it's meets safety standards. And this is a custom order I'm working on for a friend. Just so you know, I don't have a studio, but I have converted my dining room into a studio. So you might ask, well, how do I deal with glass flying, which does happen when you work with Mosaic. I have this neat little trick that I learned in one of my groups. What it is one of these bags that you get sheet sets in, Home Goods or something like that. I hate plastic. Obviously, I have to do something with it, so a wonderful way to repurpose is to use it to catch your glass as you're cutting. And so these are my nippers. They are wheeled nippers. They're designed specifically for working with glass. They're monolith, and they're like the highest quality ones you can get. If you're going to ever get into mosaic glasswork, this is what you want. So what I do is when I cut, I normally cut my pieces right into the bag, and then I can zip it up and don't have to worry about the shards. You know, it's hard to work on mosaics and not bleed. It does happen, so it's not for the faint of heart. So what I'm doing here today is I'm working on a piece that is a geometric design, and I do not plan out these designs ahead of time. I just kind of go with my stream of consciousness and go with my instinct and kind of just feel it as I go. I usually take some time to pick out the glass ahead of time, obviously, because I want to think about color and texture and that kind of thing. And so today with this piece, I'm working with strips of glass. These are good for doing this kind of geometric design, very much like Mondrian's work, which I've always been inspired by. So I think some of that kind of gets into my consciousness as I work. So I'm using these strips. This is different than a piece I worked on yesterday or a couple days ago. That is not geometric. It's just I've tried to create a flow with using different shapes and getting that rainbow effect. So I like to kind of shake it up and do different things so I don't get bored as an artist. I've already placed some pieces on here that I haven't glued yet, so let me first take those off and show you what I've done so far. This one is going to be I'm sticking with reds, yellows, reds, oranges, and yellows. Please excuse my migraine brain. I'm actually teetering right now on the edge of not functional, so I'm pushing through just to kind of work on this a little bit. But you can see the glass I'm using has wonderful texture. This is, where is the camera? There we go. This is a Van Gogh glass, and then I've got some beautiful mirrored glass. Ooh. I'm not tech savvy. I mean, I'm semi-tech savvy, but I like to say that I'm not a baby boomer and I'm not a Gen Xer. We're kind of like in between. When I went to college, I was given a typewriter. That's how old I am. We didn't have computers. So anyway, sorry. I digress. So I've already cut these pieces, and what I'm going to do, I already know where they're going to go. I take my weld bond, which is the kind of glue which I think is best, the highest quality for using for indoor pieces that aren't going to be exposed to the elements. And what I do is I dab just a little bit directly onto the piece of glass. And again, I'm cutting squares and little rectangle shapes, all modular. And so I'm going to glue these on where I've decided they're going to go. And then we will show you how to cut some pieces in a moment here. Okay, so I've placed these, and just so you know, you have about, I want to say, 10 minutes tops to move your pieces if for some reason you are finding that they're not even or it's askew. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're working, that you have a window, a time window that should be adhered to. So as I go, I kind of place things and look at how I like the feel of it. I might move pieces around. It's just like it's any artistic process. So I'm going to place those and kind of sit with that for a minute. And in the meantime, we can cut up some other pieces. So what I have here is a strip, and what I'm going to do is cut small squares that are the same size. Now I'm going to kind of do it with my bag here, but I'll show you what the squares look like in a second. They do fly into the bag. Just be careful because the bag has shards and it's very easy to cut yourself and not even realize it. Okay, so I've just made a few squares with these. I'm going to reach in here and get them out carefully, and you're going to see what they look like. They almost look like little jewels, you know? That's one of the things I love about mosaics. So that's generally how a piece is conceived, how I begin the process of it, and as you can see, this piece is already beginning to take shape. I'll show you. And what I'll do is I'll come back and give you kind of a glimpse into the finished piece or the ending of the piece in another video. So thanks for stopping in. Thanks for watching the video. Peace.